Hey everybody, so we got our Howard rotovator. I'm not the original owner of this thing, but it's a pretty good unit. It's actually a really good unit. The reason why I'm getting rid of this, my kids are getting big enough and we don't put out near the garden that we used to. Baseball, softball, school in general kind of gets in the way of the gardening, and it's just not something that we use all that much. These things are very well made, very heavy duty. I don't know how old it is. I'm going to have to say it's, somewhere in the 1970s, late 70s, 80s, somewhere in there. I don't have any literature on it. I don't know if you can see that. I gotta undo my hand. Hang on. Sorry. Yeah. It's a 100 model, I believe. S100. It is, I believe, a multiple speed selected tilth. You take this gearbox off and it's got a set of gears, like a transmission, that you can speed up or slow down. I've never had this apart. It does a fine job for what we use it for. As you can see, I've never had the tines off. They are, let's say, pretty wore out or wore up, used up, whatever. But it still does a good job. They are heavy made, and I mean heavy duty. It's a small garden, like 20-acre garden, kind of a garden, organic farmer type of situation. It does have a slip clutch down in here, and it does work. We were running on some CRP basically and hit a stump, a little tree, and caught that, clicked it out. So it does still work. It is a 540 PTO. I assume you can convert to 1,000, but our tractor's got a dual PTO stub, so we run a 540 on it. It's all oil bath, like axle shaft and the tube. These are gear drives. This is not chain, so there's big gears in all of this. Real heavy duty. I mean, like real heavy duty. The wheels do go up and down. See that? So all of that does work. This is 105. Yeah, it's a 105 horse tractor. Handles it phenomenally. You could probably get by with a 60 horse tractor. If you do bury it in soft dirt, you'll want a solid 80 horse anyway, maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, carrier bearing, all enclosed. We built these little stands when we set it off. That's not factory. And the front guard that would normally fold over is gone or taken off. I don't, probably just taken off. Those hinges are still there if a guy wanted to put them on. You can see in there, but it's heavy duty. It does run in the forward direction. You can hear that? We'll spin it on with the tractor here in a minute. So that's what it is. It is let's go on this side. You call that an 8-footer, 100 inches. I'll give you the total overall. That does mean something to some people. So it's a 10 foot overall, maybe only 8 foot of actual till. I don't know. Everybody says them in a different way. It's a 10 foot tiller. That's an 8 foot tiller. I don't know. It's 10 foot overall, 8 foot of actual tilling capacity. Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore, and if they did, they'd be real expensive. So we're going to turn it on real quick. Let you listen to it. Okay. Okay. It does have, you can see some oil weeping out of the gear case here. I've never had the gear case apart. We have changed the oil in it, but we've never pulled it apart. And I assume that some RTV, gasket maker, whatever, would seal that up if a guy was really worried about it. Doesn't leak much oil. So it does quiet down quite a bit when you put a load against it. That freewheeling makes the gears click. Maybe more than they should, just being idling. And the angle, the higher you tilt that angle up, the harder that it is on the U-joints. You set that dude down flat and it pulls a lot more quiet. This tractor will go into like old garden in the spring, and probably 2 mile an hour. I'd say that'd be like B1, somewhere around 2 mile an hour, and it'll just walk right through it. You can drive it closer to 3 mile an hour, but it doesn't do as good of a job. I'd put it in the dirt for you, but it's December right now. We've got a pretty good frost in the ground, and I don't want to take it outside very bad. But I don't know how deep it goes. I would say probably 8, maybe 10 inches of end ground tilling. So the tines aren't touching, obviously. But that's a foot out of the ground right there. You can see, the tines are maybe, I don't know, 3 inches off the ground, give or take. And that's 12 inches off the ground. You can see where it's shined up the metal. So you'd probably be good for, I know you'd be good for 8 inches. You could probably get 10 inches of till with it pushed down in the ground. It does have this skid plate over here on this side. This chute, it might even be good for, 12 inches and really, really fluffy from the top of the fluff to the bottom of the trench. But that's what it is. So if you got any questions, I'll leave my phone number in the description. I better give you this dimension just in case you want to ship it. We're looking at probably 48 by 120. It is pretty heavy. I'd probably put it at, solid 2,500 pounds, maybe 3,500 pounds. Yeah, compared to a tote, it's probably got more. Yeah, it's probably 3,000, 4,000 pounds. Makes a tractor squat, you know, but it's got that longer length. So I'll help you out with any questions if I can. If you can find any information online, Howard, whatever, awesome. But that's it. Thanks.